Hello everybody. While following the series of steps in HRP, an HR manager has to consider various factors. We will be discussing all these factors in detail in this video. First one is employment. Human resource planning is affected by the employment situation in the country, that is, in countries where there is greater unemployment, there may be more pressure on the company from government to appoint more people. Similarly, some company may force shortage of skilled labor, and they may have to appoint people from other countries. Second factor is organizational changes. Changes take place within the organization from time to time. That is, the company diversify into new products or close down business in some areas, etc. In such cases, the HRP process, that is, appointing or removing people, will change according to situation. Third factor is, which we are going to discuss, is demographic changes. It refers to things referring to age, population, composition of workforce, etc. A number of people retire every year. A new batch of graduates with specialization turns out every year. This can change the appointment or the removal in the company. Fourth factor is type and strategy of organization. It is an important consideration because it determines the production process involved, number and type of staff needed, and the supervisory and managerial personnel required. Manufacturing organizations are more complex in this respect than those that render services. Fifth one is organizational growth cycles and planning. The stage of an organization's growth can have considerable influence on HRP. Need for planning is felt when the organization enters the growth stage. Internal development of people also begins to receive attention in order to keep up with the growth. Sixth factor is environmental uncertainties. HR managers rarely have the privilege of operating in a stable and predictable environment. Political, social, and economic changes affect all organizations. Personnel planners deal with uncertainties by carefully formulating recruitment, selection, and training, and development policies and programs. Next factor is time horizons. Yet another major factor affecting personnel planning is the time horizon. On one hand, there are short-term plans spanning 6 months to 1 year. On the other hand, there are long-term plans which spread over 3 to 20 years. In general, the greater the uncertainty, the shorter the plan's time horizon, and vice versa. Eighth one is type and quality of information. The information used to forecast personnel needs originates from a multiple of sources. A major issue in personnel planning is the type of information which should be used in making forecasts. Last factor affecting HRP is outsourcing. Several organizations outsource part of their work to outside parties in the form of subcontract. Outsourcing is a regular feature both in the public sector as well as in the private sector companies. Many of the organizations have surplus labor and, hence, instead of hiring more people, they go for outsourcing. Outsourcing is usually done for non-critical activities. Outsourcing of non-critical activities through subcontracting determines HRP.